You had the game won. What the hell was that? An SCV pull at 15 minutes? Is this what they teach you on the NA servers?
Even after a heated confrontation, his concern is with the match before anything else. I almost left. My drops crippled him. I thought it would be enough to end the game.
So build units for 2 minutes and then go roll him. Don't be so damn impatient. Your upgrades were late too.
A pointed critique
Stupid
diffuses the
faggot little
tension.
cocksucker.
Wow. A pointed critique diffuses the tension from moments prior, even if it doesn't exactly make me feel any better.
What?
When she's done going through my long list of mistakes, Jet flicks a hand back towards the PC.
Are you playing Warcraft 3?
Tell Doc to fuck off.
Oh, you're just playing something.
Billy, read your lines.
Fucking
Right.
shit.
Come on, queue up against me. Queue up a gaming
Whoops.
is.
Yeah, game is so nice. Thanks.
Tommy, oh god.
Yeah. Transition.
Uh,
I told Jet I
Uh,
wasn't what? I told Jet I wasn't feeling up to practice after we played a few more one-sided games. She seemed annoyed, but agreed with my suggestion to take a short break. Back in high school, I used to spend most of my time at the library when class was over. To be honest, this is probably the most time I've willingly spent outside my room since then. I'm not the type to read for fun or study diligently, but it was nice to have a place to go and be on my own. I've missed those afternoons since I graduated. But Golden Stonefire is a good replacement as it is as good a replacement hangout as I could hope for. It's clean and comfortable and pretty much has everything that I need to stay 24/7. That isn't an exaggeration. Some of the patrons here looked practically glued to their chairs.
Did you hear like a blurb? Or am I crazy? Whatever.
I don't know. With a milk tea from one of the vending machines in hand, I returned to my seat across from Jet. She isn't wearing the same
Milk tea?
scowl. Yeah, it's really good. I've had it before. She isn't wearing the same scowl from earlier, but I can tell she'd rather be practicing. What are you drinking? She snatches up the can across from her and takes a long sip.
Coffee.
What kind of coffee?
Coffee is coffee. I don't drink sugary junk. And for the record, it's obnoxious to challenge someone that you don't know to a match.
Is it really such a big deal? All I wanted was a practice game.
Do you know those types that stream snipe and start shit on the message boards so that people pay attention to them?
All too well, unfortunately.
Oh, we got more than a few come to mind.
That's you!
That's you, except you did it in real life. Faggot.
Damn, Billy, calm down, man.
I just want this character just to say faggot every other sentence.
I know, Billy.
I just
so,
want it to be a thing.
Jeez, why?
Tommy?
It's so rude.
Bolt's a real tool, though, isn't he? I'll read it. I have Bolt. Bolt's a real tool, though.
No, we have you saying, cut me some slack.
Uh,
How do you know that guy?
I have Bolt's a real tool, though, isn't he? What kind of prick? Jet cuts herself off with a hiss and grits her teeth. How do you know him? His name is Bolt?
What?
We got,
Yes,
we
he
got,
plays for
cut
Shock
me some
T1.
slack. How do you know that guy anyway? His name is Bolt, question mark? Yes, he plays for Shock T1.
Yes, he plays for Shock T1.
Shock, huh? Bolt must be a new recruit. I haven't paid much attention to them or any other Brood War team since StarCraft 2 came out, but he definitely wasn't on the roster a year ago. Right,
Tommy
but
get a les
how
out?
do you know him?
Yeah.
Jet clicks her tongue and breaks her gaze away from me. I silently appreciate the reprieve from her death glare.
If you must know, he and I went to the same middle school. I was in the class above him.
Okay. I was thinking he might have knocked you out of a tournament or something.
Just knocked you out.
No, I've never played him in a Star League. You don't need to overanalyze anything.
Apparently shit's hardcore in middle school.
Right? Silence falls between us while Jet nurses what remains of her drink. I can't tell if she's really into the coffee or she's just trying to find something to occupy her lips other than our conversation.
Oh, like FKP's fat neck.
I doubt Jet spends much time at PC Bangs, given that she's got a team house to practice from. I should consider myself lucky that she'd make time to come out here at all.
You know, it makes 0 sense for you to focus on qualifying for VSO, right?
I blinked myself away from my thoughts to meet Jet's intense stare. What do you mean? What's the point of us meeting up to practice then?
No, I'm not saying... Listen. I want to round up some players
What?
for VSTL.
These
Team
all
league.
sound like shit STIs.
Billy? Stop.
Wait, what? Yeah?
Team league, but you're already on a team.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
She wavers, considering whether or not to tell me what I've already figured out. You leaving VIP? Jet's eyes jump up to mine, brows raised in surprise and then furrowed in annoyance. She's been on VIP for almost a year and is by far the team's best player.
Management barely pays us and nobody is motivated. They're worse than bad. They're complacent. I want a fresh start.
I'm not guilting you. It just isn't something I expected to hear. Do you have a team house picked out?
No, not yet.
What about a coach?
No.
Well, do you have players in mind?
Look, it's a work in progress, okay?
Stop stabbing me.
Alright. I edge away from her glare and raise my hands defensively. Alright. Sorry, it's not my business.
We got
Okay, I won't ask again.
For a while, silence.
Silence.
Jet does her best to avoid eye contact, but I can tell she's thinking hard about something. Just as I'm about to rise to replace my milk tea with another, she speaks.
You know about all those new foreign teams popping up recently, right?
Oh yeah, what about them?
What the fuck, man?
Isn't it strange? They're worse than almost every Korean squad, yet most of them have more sponsors.
America. Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of
Woo!
esports fans outside of Korea these days. People want to support their hometown heroes.
I don't think it's that simple.
It's American racism.
Where would the money come from if not the fans?
Oh, Canada.
Idiots!
Wow.
What?
Idiots that call themselves investors, idiots that throw away money and keeping mediocre players afloat because it makes them feel good inside for whatever reason.
Jesus.
Jealous much? God
Well,
damn.
I'm going
She
in.
both agree on one thing at least. Okay. Are you gonna find some of these idiots to sponsor you?
No. Well,
You okay, Mr. Gargle?
Right? She takes a long moment to reconsider her answer.
no, it wouldn't work out in the end. What I'm getting at is too much of our scene ignores the foreign fan base. It's a huge mistake.
Well, there's the time zone difference and a language barrier. Also, I don't know if you know this, but lots of foreign fans don't find Korean players entertaining.
What? How dare you? That's ridiculous.
I'm just relaying common knowledge. Don't hold me accountable for the opinions of Silver Leaguers. Most Western fans' support goes to the players who entertain well. Streamers, casters, those kinds of people.
The most famous players in your scene aren't the best? That's appalling.
Hey, Brood War got popular on the backs of
Shut
boys
up,
that
my
look-
brother.
I'm trying to be quiet so Tommy doesn't like kill himself.
I know.
And then his roommate.
You should be quiet or be louder so that we don't hear the damn music all the time.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Broodor got.
Tommy, I feel so bad for you, man. Should we just call it a day?
Well, we need to get to a choice.
Okay.
We need to encounter MKP.
They-
Broodor got popular on the backs of boys that looked good on camera. It's practically the same thing. If the PC bang was the ship, then the fangirls pulled the oars.
Wow.
That's different. They were pretty and skilled, not one or the other. And show some respect. Those dudes are the only reason you and I are having this conversation.
The sharp response and equally sharp glare suggests I shouldn't argue the point. Jet knows better than I do anyways.
We're getting off topic. There are tons of potential fans that most Korean teams ignore simply because they're too hard to connect with.
Yeah, I agree.
Jawohl.
She lifts an eyebrow and stares at me for just a bit too long before glancing away. If I wasn't sure before, I am now. Go on.
Say what?
I know what you're thinking.
No, you don't.
I do.
Yes, I do. No, you don't.
What am I thinking then?
Mainly turn into like
Stupidest-
7-year-olds doing what the shit.
You are always a 7-year-old. Spoilers.
Oh.
Wow,
Thanks,
Tommy.
You want me to join a new team you're starting so that I can help you with the foreign fan base. Also, you invited me here to try out under the guise of practice. Nice ellipses. Jet slumps
Did you,
backwards.
oh my god.
Defeated.
Did you
Final.
break your shins? Calm down.
I fight a losing battle against the urge to laugh.
Don't look so smug. Ugh, I hate dealing with team management.
You could hire a manager.
Before we have any players, maybe I should just keep my head down and practice.
Oh, don't do that. It's a good idea.
You're only saying that because I gave you an offer.
Partially. But if you go through with this, I'll do whatever I can to help.
Well, it's close enough.
Yeah.
How are you the one convincing me to go after my own Dia, damn it?
My own
Damn
deal.
it!
She chews on her lip, likely considering the harrowing risk of leaving her team.
Man, I love a line once a day.
Right?
I can't make any commitments until we at least have some other players. It'd be stupid for me to move out of the VIP house without everything lined up.
Gary, what are you giggling about?
This is something I've been thinking about for a while, even if I don't have to deal with it with every detail hashed out yet. I want to keep overhead low and practice time high. Lean and mean.
Okay.
She aims a finger at me, her dull nail a hair's breadth away from my nose.
If you're going to be a part of this, you're going to pull your weight. You could start by searching for our players, unless you'd rather find me a coach and sponsor.
Fucking dogs.
I cringe backwards and raise my hands. No, I'll leave that to you.
Good. It'll work out better this way. The minimum number of players for a team link is 4, so you need to find at least 2.
You know, this isn't exactly how I envisioned that I'd join a StarCraft team.
You know, this isn't exactly what I had in mind as the ideal join a team experience.
Walk away if you like. You have a long way to go if you want to be anything other than our translator mascot. Anyway,
Ouch.
I'll admit it though. Excel was right. I see glimpses
Axel?
of high level.
You call him Axel?
I started to.
I see glimpses of high level stuff in your play.
How do we know it's not Axel? How do we know? Whatever.
It's Excel.
I mean-
I'm like 100% sure it's Excel.
That's how you spell Excel, so I presume.
Who knows?
But as
is
of
very-
right now, you kind of suck, even by foreigner standards. Offense intended. Okay.
Whatever.
Piece of shit.
Effort out of 10.
You seriously need to start busting your ass. Coming to Rio is pointless if you're still practicing Western hours.
Well, nobody ever claimed that Jet wasn't honest.
I'm going to work you and everyone else like dogs. If this team comes together, I won't be happy with anything less than first place in VSTL.
Well, I appreciate the chance. I offer a smile that she's quick to match. You fucking people.
No, if I'm another person, I'm gonna give you a witch voice for sure.
If
Not
we're
really.
going ahead with this, I've got a lot of stuff to do. The deadline to register for Team League is in 2 weeks, so we can't afford to waste time. Get moving on your search.
All right. Good luck. I'll catch you online.
Yeah, see ya, faggot.
Classic.
Oh.
She's gone. I
Yeah,
fall
so-
back into
so
my
classic,
chair
really.
and take a deep breath. Jet just asked me to join her team. I pinch my forearm and judge the sensation that follows. With that, my disbelief dissolves into contemplation. How the hell am I going to find 2 worthwhile unsigned players? Transition,
Whee! Sick box tile transition.
right?
Fucking
A mixture,
Windows Movie Maker.
a mixture of guilt and pride led me to spend the rest of the day at Golden Zone Fire. Between ladder games and a break for dinner, I scoped out the cafe's best StarCraft players.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of Golden Zone Fire's regular patrons are much to write home about. There were good players there for All Auto Attack, sure, but today, most of the cafe's patrons were playing Brood War, and of the ones that were actually laddering in StarCraft 2, there was only a single guy in Master League. I'll have to extend my search outside of a single PC bang, I guess. I guess it'd have been a little too convenient to find a VSL caliber player so easily. I get the urge to stop at a convenience store on the way back to my apartment. There's one I've been going to regularly for my nightly fix of sugar and caffeine. The store's blindingly bright signage is visible for more than a block away. Green capital letters spell out the store's name in English on a backdrop of white. Go Mart.
Go Mart. Oh my god.
God, Gegger.
Who is this guy?
Gegger.
Hello.
Hi, Gegger.
Hello.
The door's
Oops.
familiar chime welcomes me, and the same clerk I've seen at least a dozen times stands The same clerk I've seen at least a dozen times before stands formally behind a cash register.
10 out of 10.
It looks a bit old to be working still. Maybe he owns the place and doesn't have help to work the night shift. see myself standing behind a counter in
Where's
an
the
unwanted
camera going?
I don't know where the camera's going to
The
shine.
Titanic is sinking. Oh shit!
My camera.
Behind the counter in an unwanted mental image. It's a fate that could easily await me if I failed to make it as a professional gamer.
Ouch!
Check off my
fuck,
head.
dude.
I shake my head free of the thought and make my way to the refrigerated section of the store to fill my fists with cans and bottles. Some of the drinks may have strange names, but I'll be damned if they aren't good. I drop them onto the counter in front of the old man and briefly make eye contact. He seems to recognize me, but doesn't say anything to indicate it.
I don't get a line, do I? Damn it!
He rings up my drink slowly, not from age or calluses, but because he's in no rate rush. The store is empty aside from me, after all.
Hey, 6,001, Master Wayne.
Fuck me. I swipe my credit card in the reader and depart with a polite smile.
Why didn't you say Mockster, Wayne? You're so shit.
Anxious to return to my apartment. Clark returns the expression and watches me go without another word. Sick line, Gecker. The only top-tier player I'm on speaking with is Excel, but how would I even approach the subject of getting him to leave his team for a new and untested one? Maybe it would be better for me to simply get a lead off from him. If I can't manage that, I'm left to scour local PC banks and message boards on my own. Whatever, I'll figure this out.
Transition. Whee!
Hey,
Oh, yes, thank God! And you had to convince her? Seriously? She's been talking this up to me for the past 2 months.
it's a big change. Plus, I just met you guys. I'd be hesitant too. Sal grins, no doubt replaying Jet's angst in his mind's eye.
Getting in at the ground floor is a major plus. You were in the right place at the right time. If it works out, that is.
Excel glances over his shoulder before returning his attention to me.
Most teams barely pay the players anything. I've got it good for someone my age, but even I have part of my winnings taken from the team's benefit.
Ouch. Lucky for Westerners, that isn't a trend that's caught on outside of South Korea. So, I can't do it. It's impossible. The word simply will not come.
What? Oh,
Excel lets out a laugh, genuine and highly amused. He tries to get all his words out, and unlike me, eventually ends up succeeding.
sorry, Mach, but no can do. I'm signed with Crash until the end of the year. I'm not allowed to play for anyone else until my contract is up.
As I expected. Really, it shouldn't have come as a surprise. I sigh and fall back into my chair and rest my palms atop my head. I had to ask. Jet's expecting me to pick up our players while she handles the management and sponsorship side of things.
Hey, well, I can help you with the next best thing.
I'd be thankful for any help at all.
Don't you worry. I've got a short list of easy pickups. An extremely short list.
He clears his throat.
There's only one person on it, but hey, better than nothing, right?
Who is it?
Oh, straight to business. Eager for your bunk bed, I see. Trust me, Mach. You'll want the bottom bunk. What? Holy shit.
The bottom one is always the best bunk. I don't know if you know this.
I thought this was some like prison drop the soap shit. I don't know.
I-
That's where my mind went.
That is not where I thought that was. You know from experience, Gecker?
Should do. When I was 16, some up-jumped Broodwar clans cracked me from the bottom of the barrel and set me up in the overcrowded sweatshop of a team house. Had to sleep above someone else at least 2 years past a graceful retirement. I've seen solitaire players with better APM. He snored a lot.
As horrible as he's trying to make it seem, Excel sounds closer to wistful than bitter as he recounts his first years.
That's the wistful voice from me, right?
Yeah, Kava. What happened to the team?
Sponsor faked. Team didn't have the money for legal action. Coach didn't tell us until 20 minutes before rent was due. Someone stole my mousepad as we were moving out, and that was the end of my StarCraft career. Wait, no, it kept going for 7 years after that, and somehow still isn't over. Always forgot that part.
Fucking what a piece of shit.
Excel, top Korean Terran, master storyteller. Kava.
What a story, Mark.
What a story, Mark.
Anyway, this guy's name is Stunt. Plays Protoss. He's pretty good.
But
Does there have to be a...
yeah, Gecker.
I'm sensing
I'm
a
sensing a butt.
It's a small butt. He's incredibly cheesy and maybe a touch arrogant, and he's high schooler, but he's good.
Why haven't any other teams picked him up in that case?
Cause he's got a small butt.
He shrugs. I get the feeling that Excel genuinely doesn't know, but I'm left feeling anxious nonetheless. Still, it's important to have at least some kind of racial distribution on the team. Not in terms of foreigner or Korean, mind you, but rather
Korean?
Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. Do you know how I can get in touch with him?
I could give you his info for a friend request, but he'd probably block you on the assumption that you're a fanboy, a gold seller or something. Gold seller? On StarCraft?
I presume it's the same system, it's Battle.net, so maybe he plays well too.
Your best bet is to find him in person at Stomping Grounds.
Alternatively, you could just. Oh, whatever.
His stomping grounds? What do you mean? Where?
No, Stomping Grounds. That's the name of the PC bang he's usually at.
Ugh, another trek across Seoul. I've never heard of the place, much less been to it. Excel takes note of my frown and wags a finger at me.
I can't imagine South Korea's public transportation is that shit.
Structure control pretty good.
What? You fly halfway across the world and can't be bothered to walk for half an hour? Take the subway if you're that lazy.
Oh no, it's fine. I shouldn't expect this to be easy.
Now we're talking. Get going. I'll keep an eye out for you, next player, in the meantime. Transitions again. Woohoo.
I checked the map on my phone for the second time after reading the sign for a third. This is definitely stomping grounds. A deep breath helps calm my nerves. Seconds later, I push open the glass door and make my inside. Make my inside?
Wait, what?
Make my...
Same place. That dude's got the same legs.
You want him? He's got the taffy legs. Taffy legs is back.
This looks more like the one in the... whatever. Pretty much as expected. Computers, vending machines, tables, and the sound of 24 mice and keyboards. PC bangs are nothing if not similar to each other. When a shiver runs down my back, I realize the AC in here is cranked up ridiculously high.
I
read somewhere
aren't
that
you jealous,
casinos...
Tommy?
What?
Aren't you jealous of the AC?
Yes, I am. I read somewhere that casinos... I know, I'm so miserable. God damn. That casinos pump in extra oxygen to keep their patrons awake and alert. Maybe this place has tried to adapt the same tactic to their cafe.
It also doesn't have windows, like casinos.
A middle-aged woman sits behind the front desk. She glances up at me when I pass by and then returns her attention to the magazine displayed out in front of her. A quick scan of heads and lined up in front of monitors offers me a few potential stunts amid the sea of scrubs. By Excel's description, he's short and has bleached hair.
Sounds like Ecker.
Hello. Wait, what?
at this guy.
I'm neither short or have bleached hair. Fuck you, Billy.
Bleached is
Taller
blonde.
than
At
you.
least is blonde Gecker. Which just
I'm able to narrow it down quickly and confirm his identity with a look at his monitor. He's in the middle of a ladder match. And he's playing StarCraft 2 with one hand, the other is occupied with a game on his cell phone.
Damn.
All the same stunts crushing his opponent with a rush build, and by the look on his face, he takes great pleasure in that fact. His enemy sends out a salty one-liner before dropping out of the game without a GG. Stumped, grins wide, and puts his hands behind his head, satisfied. After checking the post-game stats, he glances over his shoulder and then spins his chair around to find me watching him.